Hey everybody, coming at you. Sorry, I'm fading in out there with movie number 8 of 2026 on my path to seeing and reviewing 100 movies this year. A little bit behind on pace, but I'll get back onto it. We'll be all right. Those who follow me know that I like to go see a movie, and I love the movies, and like to come out and process while processing with you. So I just got to see. I just but now got out again. Forgive me, because this movie was heavy. So great. Anyway, Joachim Trier's Sentimental Value, which obviously is up for Academy Awards, got Golden Globes, getting all the awards, and definitely easy to see why. I don't even know where to begin in reviewing the film for you. I would definitely say go see this. I saw a really great version of it in the theater I just caught at the Landmark around me, where they had interviews with the cast afterwards. So you could, I always like that. I'm a big fan of going to Comic Cons and going to the panels just to hear. I love behind the scenes type stuff, obviously. Hearing how the actors felt, how they got into their roles, how they feel about the writing, kind of the meanings for them, kind of attaches to meanings for you. I guess right off the bat, this film seized me in the opening sequence, with Renata Renesface, and I'm going to pronounce that wrong, and I am so sorry, as an actress putting on Ibsen's The Dollhouse. And I feel smart. I feel like I got it right away. That her character's named Nora, that she was in the dollhouse, and that this movie really is like telling the story of a family that, for this moment in time, this kind of catch blip in time, is filling this house that they live in with its story. And before that, the family that came before them, and the family came before them. And I related it a lot, and I guess it wasn't seen by a lot. I think it was kind of underrated, but I loved it. Was Robert Zemeckis, Tom Hanks, Robin Wright Penn's Home, last year before, where it kept that single camera shot inside of a house and you get to see the stories. And I talked about it in that movie, some of my favorite theater plays, and this really felt like a play, which I also love. I love movies that act like plays, and that nice ties to the Ibsen and the Chekhov, and we got kind of that family 1, 2, 3 act dynamic playing out on stage, with the resolve that's not too much of a resolve, just like a play. And one of my favorite plays I saw, and I mentioned it in Home, and I'll say it again with this because it bears to be repeated. My son started a play once called The Dining Room, and that play still haunts me, in the sense that here was a dining room table and just this simple piece of furniture that somebody carved, put time and effort into, without just to be used as a piece of furniture, becomes a place where so much family dynamic takes place. Family meetings, family arguments, family heartbreak, family joy, and the table exists in this place to create that stuff and the stories that happen around it. And so I feel like this movie had the same thing. Home had the same thing. Obviously, the relationship to Ibsen's Dollhouse and her being named Nora, this beautiful, beautiful house in Oslo that looks like a dollhouse, and the story that's being filled inside of this house by this family that's known a tremendous amount of pain is so great. The writing and how it plays into it is so great. Yeah, it's so meta. It's got a lot of the things I love in it. I love movies about movie making, and this is a movie about movie making, that you get to see the movie making take place. It's one of the things I love in movies like The Big Picture, Christopher Guest's movie, Kevin Bacon. I love The Big Picture because you get to hear the story in development, and then you get to see the story playing out, with the same kind of themes of owning your own film. And I love that about this. And let me go into the characters themselves. Stellan Skarsgård, wow, just everybody in this movie is not playing it over the top, right? there's a lot in this family that could, I guess, that in this movie that could be, there's family movies out there about family breakdowns that are really schmaltzy and over the top, and I feel like this just plays on such an even level. I was thinking about it and I thought this is really like going to hear a beautiful orchestra piece that is in dissonance for a very long time. And we went to an orchestra concert last year before, where they played this modern piece that just existed, I think, in the second movement in dissonance. And your head is throbbing and it's falling apart. And you're like, ah. And then that dissonance comes together in such a beautiful, haunting chord. And I feel like that's this movie. It's a dissonant orchestra movement that then comes together and fills you with tears and joy, and the characters in this movie are the beautiful instruments being played in different paces, different tempos, different pitches, and then they all find a way to come together as an orchestra. I guess that's Stellan Skarsgård, Renata Renzve, Inga Lilius, I'm gonna say. She stole so much of the movie for me, but it was I can't even really pick because they're just all so subtle and so, I don't know. You go see it, because the way they play these characters and the way they play these characters' pain and survival in that pain is something to behold. And again, I'd say like an orchestra. And special props off on this to Elle Fanning. Elle Fanning, masterwork. The scene when you see it between her and Stellan Skarsgård, when she comes over to the dollhouse at night to talk about the movie. Words can't even. The way she played that character, gosh, she is a great, great actor. The scene that you'll go see it again in the bedroom between Renata and Inga. Wow. I really felt the sisterly dynamic between them, and they're obviously not really sisters, but there was so much love between them, and it's expressed in their eyes and this movie was, I can see why it's definitely winning a lot of awards. And the writing is great, the cinematography is great. I think a lot of the messages are so great for this time, and I kept thinking about that as well, and this idea that what is art, and how do we deal with art in the moment we're in. And we're kind of watching as the post-World War II world that we have built transitions into whatever we're heading into. And people of all generations are dealing with that and questioning, where's their role in this? Where's their place in this? And this movie asks, where's the role of what we've traditionally seen as art, movies, culture? Do movies even have a place for us anymore? There's social commentary on physical media, DVDs, which those who know me know I have over 4,000 physical DVDs, because I will always believe what Babylon said. We can put those movies in and we can dine with ghosts, right? They will never die as long as somebody keeps them. And if we just go pure streaming, we're giving that power over to somebody else. And the movie even deals with that in terms of, Netflix. And what is Netflix going to do if it buys Warner Brothers? Which, if somebody's going to buy Warner Brothers, I'm happy it's Netflix, because they allow a lot of artist creativity. But I do worry about, is there going to be movie theaters in the future? And I worry about this because I'm thinking about, news flash, opening up my own movie theater. And what would that be like? So if anybody's interested in talking, investing, it's a goal. It looks at that, what about generations? How do we relate to each other? What do we do with all the stuff we've accumulated? There's a lot of questions I think that we're facing, and it just seems like a bomb has dropped on us, and now we're dealing with the after effects of that. What does that look like in the rebuild of this post-World War II world? And it deals with a lot of Holocaust themes, and what did the world look like after that world ended? All right. Definitely go see this. It's a lot to question. It's beautiful, beautiful. Great job, everybody. Great job on this film. Sentimental value.